talk about hard things again, and we're going to focus more on what can moms or parents do when learning is hard, when learning to read is hard, when maths is hard, and they're just struggling to get their kids through the skills that we all believe are necessary for our kids to learn. So maybe you jump in and talk about whichever one you want to start with first.
I suppose when your kids are little, your focus is on the 3 R's, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And the reason why is we know that those are the foundational things that support all other learning. So we tend to focus on those in the young years or in the primary school years while doing all the other lovely hands-on crafty reading and that sort of thing. So why don't we hone in on reading as the topic, and then the principles that we present can probably be applied across to the writing and the maths as well. So if our children are now starting to show an indication that they want to learn to read, anywhere from 7 up to as late as, in my home, we had one child learn to read at 12. What would be, and it's hard, it's really hard going. So it's tears, snot and trana, and mom's frustrated and on Facebook, what must I do? What would be your first point that you could give them, or tip?
I think the thing is to keep it easy, keep it light, keep lessons very short, and just work at the level that the child is mastering and what their attention span can handle, so that it's always fun, and that they always feel like they're conquering whatever it is they're doing, even if it's just sounding out 3 letters. And I think if you try and push them too fast and too hard, that's when you get that drama and the tears, and they're digging in their heels. So I think that we've often mentioned the thinking behind better late than early. And I think you just nailed it when you said if a child is showing an interest in wanting to learn to read, that's when you start with something formal. And before that, you just play with letters, look at letters when you're driving around. There's a stop sign, it says ST, stop, and look on the cereal boxes, it says co. Okay, hopefully nobody has those sugar coated pops, but anyway, whatever it is that you eat, on the bread, on the milk, whatever products you've got in your house, just look at letters and make it fun. Start with a kid's name, and then at a point they sort of have organically picked up these sounds, and they've learned that letters make sounds, and then suddenly it becomes easy for them to start joining them together, and they're actually sounding out phonics.
Yeah.
So I think you can make it a game, and also do things like read nursery rhymes together, learn them, recite them, because nursery rhymes are teaching you to listen to the sounds that rhyme, socks and fox and, clock and whatever it is in the nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
So I think with little children, you just got to keep doing it, but in a fun way, instead of trying to do a school phonics program with a 5-year-old who's just not ready. Some 5-year-olds are. I've had kids that learn to read early, and then, like you say, some kids learn late, and it's the moms of the ones that are late who normally stress the most.
Yeah.
So just keep making it fun.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if we look at how we taught our children to recognize colors and shapes and how to speak, it all was by repetition. We didn't go and get a program to teach your child how to speak. It just came naturally. You speak to your child, with colors, you're always pointing them out, the naming of animals and building their vocabulary. It's such a natural process. And then all of a sudden, we have to freak out about how am I going to teach my child to read, or how am I going to teach my child to do maths. We are, depending on your age, you are anywhere 25 to 30 years ahead of your child in knowledge and understanding. And all you need to do is just impart that to them in a no stress environment. But I think, unfortunately, again, it's a system that is said to us, unless you have a program, or unless you're a teacher, you can't teach your child. So it goes right back to that initial, what is my belief system? What do I believe I can do with my child? And what is my responsibility here? I was thinking about your car games. We do spend a lot of time in our cars. And one of the favorite things that we used to do was I Spy with my little eye. There's something that happens instead of mom just like driving and the kids squabbling in the back. When you take that attention and make it a learning, a fun time, is also good. So now, if we've done all of these things,
my kids play a game, but even as like pre-teens, they used to play a game when we drive from Hermanus to Cape Town. They look at the road signs and any signboards along the way on buildings or anywhere, and they start at A and they look for something that starts with each letter until they get to Z. And eventually they got so good that they had the whole alphabet between them.
Oh,
so
that's really, really cool.
that's something to, like, you make up your own games if you want to. Like
Correct.
that.
And I remember one of my children was fascinated with numbers and that sort of thing from little. And he used to add up number plates on the backs of cars to see if he could, before that car left, he was able to get the sum, those sort of things for when you're a little older. But we really mustn't put these old-fashioned things out and stick a kid in front of a tablet. There is a place for that. There's lovely online games. In fact, maybe we can pop some of those in the comment section, but not to give up that interaction for a tablet instead. But what I was going to say is that if we've now done all these things and we've kept lessons short and we've taught kids alphabets and numbers and all those sort of things organically, and it's still not working, that might be a time that we want to perhaps take our children for eye test or hearing tests. We found that 2 of our children were really struggling. I noticed that when they were writing with their face right down next to the book. And both my girls ended up with glasses in their preteen years because of the eye strain. It was, something. So did you have any situations like that that needed
Not mine, but I've got a friend who's a remedial therapist. And she always said, if you're worried about anything, the first thing you do is check the vision and check hearing, because if children have had a lot of ear problems and been ill a lot when they're little, often they've missed out on auditory development, and so they're behind their peers in those skills. And if you just can have it tested and discuss their health history with an auditory expert, it can just put your mind at ease, and they'll obviously tell you what you can do and how you can help the child. But if you don't know that was a problem, then you just beat yourself up and you think you're the problem. And often it's not. So I think those are good things you can do quickly just to rule them out, and then you tackle it another way if you've sorted out those issues.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. I think hopefully those tips, 6, 7, 8 of them have taken the hard out of hard. Lovely chatting.